Hey. What's going on, guys? Go. Happy Friday. Give you a second to hop in the room here very quickly. Come join me. Come say what's up. Connor Doobie here doing a little Friday live. I know it's been a hot minute since we've done one of these. Missed you guys, but appreciate all the love, all you guys jumping in on the podcast we've been doing. I have a great topic to share with you today. Some stuff that I think is going to be pretty damn useful for a number of you out there, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're in sales, you're in marketing, you're in business development, you sell something, you're not going to want to miss out on this topic, because I felt just from some of the conversations I've been having recently that it would, what is up with my volume here? It would be valuable, it'd be tangible to help you guys with, any sales slumps you might be having, how to get out of a sales slump. Delroy, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Thank you so much for joining. Guys, make sure you give this a little like, a little love, so that it boosts up in the feed. It reaches other people. My goal this year is to help over 200,000 people with either connection, content, or cash. Okay, so by you engaging with my stuff, that helps me to meet that objective so I can reach new people, all right? Need to expand out here, people. So please help me if I bring you any value whatsoever. For those of you who don't know me, okay, maybe it's the first time you've ever seen my mug before. My name's Connor Doobie. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 7. I've been in sales since the age of 7. I've started a handful of businesses over the years, doing anywhere from washing dishes in restaurants, to mowing lawns, to selling rocks, to selling windows, to doing what I do now, which is selling marketing services and marketing related products and services. And so I'm a little bit younger, but I have some pretty big experience here, guys, working with millions of dollars of revenue, sales, managing, training salespeople. I've worked and trained salespeople, some of them 3 times my senior. And something I've always found, no matter where you're at, no matter how damn good you are, people always kind of end up hitting these sales slumps, right? It's always like if you had to kind of visualize it, it kind of always, no matter what, no matter how good you are, the greatest of the greats, okay, sales are always going to do that, okay? Oh, I guess I did this backwards, huh, guys? Oh, well, sorry. You're going to have to read that thing backwards. Everyone goes through sales slumps, and it is it's disheartening, it's frustrating, it's challenging. It's happened to me many times over throughout my sales career, and so I just want to give you guys some good data points to just be able to fix those situations, because it's important, right? If you can't sell, you can't bring in revenue, can't bring in profit, can't support yourself, can't support your family. Sales is everything, okay? Even marketing is sales. Even if you're going to get a job, going to get hired somewhere, okay? If you're looking for relationships, sales matter. By the way, those of you who are watching this after the fact, if you guys have questions, drop them in here. I'll literally answer any questions that you have in real time. If you have specific challenges, if you have specific problems, don't hesitate to share those, okay? Nothing is too small. I'm here to help you. So let's talk about this first. So how do you solve a sales slump? How do you get out of the it's like the pits, right? You're like at the bottom of the bottom. And for those of you who are like, what's a sales slump? Well, I would consider a sales slump where you're going for a longer period of time than normal without closing deals. Okay? I know some of you sell multi-level marketing products or health related products. Okay, anywhere from that, you're doing multi-level marketing to you're selling 6-7 figure SaaS telecom products and services. Sales slumps suck, and everybody finds themselves in one at some point in time. So what do? Well, first off, you got to recognize, okay? Number one is to recognize that you're in a sales slump. You have to first identify that you're in that position. I know it's backwards. I'm just writing for my own good, my own health. So I apologize. I kind of set the camera up a little bit awkwardly to how I was going to do this in the first place. Okay, let's see if we can see that okay. Okay, we got some muscle shots in there. You guys can see my arms okay. That's important. Got to look good for you on Facebook. So first off, you got to recognize you're in a sales slump. Now, how do you realize it? Well, I mean, obviously it's pretty painful when you're in that position. Is you start to feel like people aren't closing, okay? They're not buying from you quick enough. Deals are giving you no's, or deals are disappearing on you. Prospects are disappearing on you. You're just not turning over the conversations that you're having into revenue, okay? There's one thing to be great at sales. It's a whole nother animal to be closing sales, right? There's a difference between being a good salesperson and being a good closer. So if you're in a sales slump, you're having challenges closing. So the first thing is to recognize and express that. And nobody wants to express it, right? No one wants to express when they're in a shitty position, but you got to do it. I am in a sales slump. I am in a bad position. I'm not closing deals. I'm losing deals. They're falling through my fingertips. I can feel it. So you got to recognize it. Now, the other thing is to be able to preemptively recognize it. Preemptively. What is it? You guys tell me below. Preemptively or preemptively? I don't know. One of the two. So being proactive in identifying that, hey, I'm heading towards a sales slump. Now, how can you identify this? Well, first off, if you're going a consistent window without sales, you can pretty much forecast that if I keep going along these lines, I'm going to be in a slump and I'm going to be stuck, right? I'm not going to have anything closing. The other challenge, a real easy way to do this is like, what's in the pipeline, okay? And for some of you who are just learning, totally okay. Maybe you're not in sales right now. Your pipeline is the viable prospects that you're working with through to a sale. So if I go to, I'm just going to pick a name of someone who's on this live stream. By the way, guys, if you're watching this, please make sure you like it. If you're feeling real generous, drop a comment. Feeling extra generous, make sure you share it, okay? Because, I'm here to help people, and I can't do that if I can't reach them. Your engagement on this thing really helps. So what was I saying? Pipeline. Pipeline is a byproduct of prospecting and marketing, okay? I'm not going to go too much into that because I've done a lot of topics, a lot of talks, a lot of videos, put out a lot of resources on marketing. We're talking about sales today, but lack of pipeline is lack of either prospecting or lack of marketing efforts, which is part of prospecting, filling your pipeline. So the worst time, here's kind of the weird double-edged conundrum about this. The worst time to be prospecting or to like have a need for more people when you start kind of feeling you're getting into a bit of a sales slump is when you're in a sales slump. Why? Because you come off desperate and you're scrambling and you're not approaching people the right way. This is where you see, any of you who do any like networking and stuff like that, this is where you see you meet someone at a networking event. Maybe they're in real estate. Maybe they're in whatever, finance, banking, insurance. And what do? Like, what's one of the first things that they do? Well, they come and they throw their business card up in your face, right? Because they're desperate, right? That's all they know is like, I need to close a deal right now. So like, people pick up on that, and it has the opposite effect of what you're trying to accomplish. It's actually going to help you lose deals. It's going to help you lose people in the pipeline. So here's the thing. If pipeline is the issue, if you're having a sales slump, how do you take this, okay? How do you take this from going like this, right? Deep, wide dips and ebbs and flows and sales to little less consistent, a little less aggressive is pipeline, okay? Don't have people in your pipeline, don't have anybody to sell to. So what do? Well, the best thing to do is a lot of people stop prospecting when they have deals into their pipeline, is they stop prospecting, they stop hitting people. It has got to be a consistent effort. So when things are good, right? When sales are good, that is exactly the right time for you to be aggressively prospecting. People do the opposite. They wait till it's bad. They wait till shit's falling apart. And then what happens? Come off desperate, and then their slump, your sales slump, just doesn't do anything but gets prolonged, okay? By the way, any of you have questions, don't hesitate to drop them below. Please give some love, give some likes on this. I really appreciate you guys. Really helps to reach other people in the Facebook feed when you engage with this. So much love to each and every single one of you. Okay, so that's number one. Number one is you got to recognize. You got to recognize when you're either in a sales slump or you need to recognize when you're heading towards a sales slump. All right, it's like you're like driving, and you see the cliff. You're like, oh shit, there's a cliff over there. I should probably do something to avoid that cliff. Now, some of you who are new in sales, it's going to be hard to recognize this. Takes experience to forecast when this stuff happens. But the better you can get at this, the less pain, frustration, lack of income that you're making. Because sales is all about helping people, but also profiting by being able to help people. Okay, so you got to recognize, preemptively do it. Now, what's the next step? What do you do? Well, got to find out the cause. Okay? So I kind of softly talked about this a little bit, but cause can mean a lot of different things. Now, cause of sales slumps is actually probably different than what you think. So what could cause a sales slump? Well, we talked about pipeline. Your pipeline or lack thereof is obviously a part of that. Now, something else that a lot of people don't realize is this, right? Mentality, your mindset, okay? Your mindset could be fucking you up when you're in the midst of selling people, all right? If you're desperate, even if you don't come across that way, people smell that. The people who you're selling to smell desperation. They can see it on you, right? You ever met that salesperson? They try to sell you something, and like it doesn't feel right. Like something's off. Okay, they're like really pushing quite a bit. Like they're not listening to you. They're not understanding your problems. You can just tell they're just trying to get a deal done. Okay, everyone's probably experienced this at some point in time in one form or another. So mentality is a part of it. The number one thing I've experienced when I start going through these dips and I'm frustrated, I'm like, holy shit, I feel like I'm never going to sell something again. I'm going to die and not sell a single damn thing ever again, okay? That's mentality. That's mental, all right? It applies to everything in life, but you have to stick through it. You have to mentally be tough. You have to ride the wave, and you have to do it with the most important piece of mentality, which is being positive. Positivity does so much when you're in a sales slump that you don't even realize. And this is hard. It's hard when you're like freaking the fuck out and you're like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to pay rent this month, right? Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my bills if I don't get some deals going, if I don't get some sales closed. But when you feel that desperation, you come across desperate, it puts you in a position where you're chasing people. People don't like to be chased. They like to do the chasing. okay? They like when you're kind of removing yourself. It's kind of like that girl or guy who you really like, but they don't like you back that much. And that just makes you want them more, okay? That's what you need to do when you're starting to feel yourself in a sales slump, is come across. Now, you don't have to be fake, but come across in a way that makes people drawn to you. Like, hey, dude, I'm so busy right now, okay? I am, technically it's not a lie, I'm busy trying to fix my fucking broken sales problem. So, but you got to have a positive mindset when you're doing it. All right, you guys agree with that? Let me know below. Do you agree positivity is important in sales? Because nobody wants a negative Nancy. And I've been sold to by salespeople who are like, oh my God. I'm like, hey, how's it going, dude? Oh my God, dude, it's so tough. Like, I talked to 10 people this week. Nobody's bought from me. You're probably not going to buy from me. Like, people are just getting negative on you. You got to keep that mentality of winning, okay? So here's something else is everyone feels a certain type of way when you close a sale, when you get a deal done, okay? Jordan, I thank you so much. Thank you for your comment. Really appreciate you. So you have like a win, right? When you close a deal. Okay, you have that experience. You know what that feeling is like. It's a feeling of gratitude. It's a feeling of relief. It's a feeling of confidence. Okay, sales is about confidence. And so even though it's the hardest thing to do, right? One of the immediate fixes is to hold that. Think back to that state of when you were winning. Everyone's been there before. Right? Maybe it's not even in sales, but at some point in your life, there's a frame where you're winning. So what you need to do is hold that, okay? When you're in a sales slump, when you're struggling, hold that feeling of winning and express that. And let positivity drive that, not the negativity, because although it feels like it's never going to end, it will. It will at some point. It has to, okay? The only time where you lose is when you give up on it. So although it feels like even if it's months on end, you're like, oh my God, I've gone months without closing deals. Some people in some industries go several months without closing deals. Could you imagine that? Like holding on to that for several months, okay? And the only thing that's going to lift you out of that is your mindset. So it's either your pipeline, it's either your mindset, or, okay, what did I write down here? Take immediate. Oh, okay. Or it's your strategy, okay? You could be doing everything else right. So this is the third thing. This is super important. If you guys are like taking notes, if you're that serious about my content, you're taking notes right now. By the way, drop any questions you have, any comments. Love you guys. Make sure you engage with this, like it, share it if you're feeling friendly, but definitely drop a comment if you can. That helps boost the post out to other people. So if this isn't something for you, I guarantee someone in your network or in my network, this would be helpful for them, and it won't reach them without your guys' engagement. So please do that, okay? This is free. This is no cost to you. This is from me starting in sales at the age of 7 years old, all right? I'm 26, but I mean, shit, that means I've been in sales for a lot of years, okay? Over 20 years. I've been in sales for over 20 years. So, what's next? Okay? So we talked about pipeline, we talked about mentality. I know you guys probably can't see this. I think it's backwards, so I apologize. I'm just writing this down if you want to, reflect it on a mirror or something like that later. Strategy, okay? You could be doing everything else right. Your pipeline could be full. You could have the right attitude, okay? You could be approaching it with positivity, but if you have the wrong strategy, what's crazy about sales, what's fucking so just like obscure about sales is the fact that the tiniest thing could be throwing you off, okay? The smallest thing, like we went through a sales slump back last year. There's like a period where we just were not closing deals at the rate that we normally would. And we had to really just like totally remove ourselves from the situation. We had to completely step back, reframe, and be like, okay, what's going on here? Come to find out, we were doing some of the right things, but we, in talking to people, realized that our proposals, like what we were sending, it wasn't optimal. The pricing was all out of whack. People were confused about what they're getting, right? If people are confused, they don't buy shit. Doesn't matter what the product, the service is. If people are confused, they're not going to buy anything from you. So something as small as that. So now what we did is we went in and we tweaked, okay? We adjusted our proposals, and what did we do? Bam, bam, bam. We knocked out like a number of sales right off the bat. It was something as simple as that. Now there's other things, like even something as small as how you begin the relationship. It makes all the importance in the world, okay? How you start is how you finish a lot of the time. So if I'm starting a relationship with somebody and they don't trust me, all I'm doing is caring about myself. I'm not worried about their pains, their needs, which for those of you who are new into sales, some of you who are even senior into sales, okay? It doesn't matter what you're selling. It doesn't matter if it's a water bottle or a pen, okay? Sell me this pen. You're solving a problem. So people, anybody in sales tends to sell on, hey, how cool is this pen? This pen is phenomenal. It's awesome. It's not even about the pen. It's not about the features, the benefits, the product, okay? Nobody gives a shit. What do people buy on? They buy on pains. They buy on, what is this going to solve for me, okay? Dude, I'm taking notes all day long. Like, I need a good pen to make sure that I'm not losing notes, because if I'm missing notes or I can't read it or it's fucked up, then that puts me at risk of losing sales because I'm losing valuable data that I'm writing down. That is pain versus selling in terms of like product or selling in terms of service. So what do you guys think about that? Share below. Make sure you give a little like. If you have any questions, by the way, if you're watching this after the fact and you have questions, by all means, feel free to drop them below. Love to hear from you guys. If you've never interacted or seen me before, say hey, okay? I have some pretty ambitious goals to help a lot of people this year. And so if you feel like that would be one of you, well, don't be silent, dude. Like, the first thing you got to do is take action. So the three things, here's what you got to fix. You got to fix either your pipeline, got to fix your positivity, fix your mindset, or you got to fix your strategy. Now, what do you do if you don't know how to fix any of those things? Well, you find somebody, okay? Find someone in your industry. Find a mentor. Find a resource. The second I start going through a sales slump or a sales challenge, okay, I start reading books on sales. I start consuming content. I start doing videos like I have a fucking fire under my ass, because it's my life, right? If I don't sell, I don't live. I can't eat. I can't pay my rent. Can't support people monetarily. I can't donate without sales. So it's that important. It literally is that important. But where was I going with that? What was I saying? Where was I going with that, guys? Oh, resources. Gotta find a resource. And you gotta take the action. That was one of the things I wrote down here, is number 3. You have to take the action to solve the problem. Nothing happens without action. If you just sit and wait around and don't do anything about it and don't even recognize what's actually happening, then you're putting yourself at risk. So you need to find someone, okay? I can be a resource for you. I've experienced this many times. There are literally thousands of resources out there depending on the industry you're in, what you're selling, okay? Find someone who is successful or a resource that has made people successful and consume it, pursue it, take action on it. Without doing that, then here's what's going to happen is you're going to be in one of these dips, okay? You're going to be down here, and no matter what, eventually you'll find yourself back here, and you're going to think, oh, that was just like a weird oddity. When in reality, you could have fixed it much quicker so that your dips are not so deep, not so heavy. They're much more irregular. They're much shorter, and they're not as dramatic, right? Man, it sucks. It sucks when it gets dramatic. So what do you guys think? Okay, make sure you share your thoughts with me. Make sure you have any questions if you're watching this after the fact. By the way, I'm super grateful for you guys, even if it's one of you, okay? If one person who watched this today got value from it, then I did my job, all right? And that's how you need to look at things too, by the way. If you're looking at trying to do what I do, or you see other people out there who are putting themselves out there, you gotta just do it. That's the thing. I've been at this thing for years, okay? I've been putting myself out there for years with podcasts, information, live videos, speaking engagements, and I'm just like barely even scratched the surface of where I plan on going, where I plan on being. But you have to get started, all right? So stop being worried about being seen starting too small, whether you're in sales, whether you're in marketing, business development, you're a student, okay? What you got to do is go out and seek the help. Don't let your ego get in the way. It's very easy. I do it myself all the time, is letting your ego get in the way of the support that you need, of the resources that you need, of you name it. This applies in all areas, right? You're in a relationship. That person, right, without communicating with that person what's going on, nobody knows. Like, nobody can read your mind. So something I've learned over the years is literally the only difference between those who end up being successful and those who don't is the ones who do reach out for it. They ask their way to success. It's how anybody does it, okay? Ask for the sale. Ask those people. My connection's falling off here, guys. Those people don't, artists generally starve. You know what's made him successful and made him financially successful and viable is he goes and pursues it. He asks Netflix, hey Netflix, can I be on your show? Okay, he goes and applies himself. Everyone has to do that, no matter what space you're in. Nobody's gonna all of a sudden magically discover you and your life is gonna change, okay? That's a fantasy, it's a fairy tale. So on that note, guys, thank you so much. Love y'all. Thank you. Please make sure you're watching this after the fact, pre-fact, right now. Any questions, drop them. Send me a DM. I love getting messages from you guys. I get a lot of messages from you just asking me questions. I'm here to help you. And if I can't help you, then I can find the connection for you. I can find the right resource for you. But you got to take the action, take the steps. So with that, guys, have a great, fun, safe weekend. Thanks for hanging in there. And I will see you soon. I'll see you on the other side.